Let me tell you all a story about how I discovered unknown genetics. It all started when my mother moved to the UK. When she was only 22 years old, she gave birth to a baby boy. They called him Dylan, meaning son of the ocean. This was the most handsome baby boy my mother had ever seen. Look at me now. From a young age, this little baby was so interested in modern technologies because iPhones weren't around in that day, or Samsung Galaxies, or Xiaomi's, or anything like that. This little baby was using his parents' Nokia brick phones very, very close to his eyes. Well, let's just say, literally glued to his face. There was a bit of a secret with this baby. You see, my mother couldn't see that well, but little did she know, this baby couldn't see that well either. After, many painful genetic blood tests and doctor's appointments at different eye hospitals around London, came an unheard, unknown, and devastating diagnosis: Stickler syndrome. This little baby was me, 14 and a half years ago. Hello, my name is Dylan, and I'm from London, United Kingdom. I've come here to talk to you about how I discovered unknown genetics. How I discovered, oh my god. What it's like to have Stickler syndrome. Stickler syndrome is a genetic condition that affects your eyesight, joints, but to some extent your hearing as well. But they have never affected my behaviour in any kind of way. Now, I must say that Stickler syndrome hasn't really affected me much in my visual state, or basically how I look. The only thing it really affects is how massive my eyes look. For example, when I take my glasses off, they look so big and scary. I don't know if I would scare off some children with my eyes. The only way to hide that scariness is to have these very thick lenses on my glasses. I actually kind of need them. Because, basically, I was born, and from the age of 1 year, I was prescribed glasses with such thick lenses to improve my blurry vision. The blurry vision is caused by my massive eyes, let's say, and blurry vision was truly never good to have. However, these glasses quickly cured that. And also, don't worry, because I go swimming as well with prescription goggles. The goggles I use were also prescribed to me from an eye hospital and are very, very much come in handy when I go swimming. Now, I want you all to know that Stickler syndrome has never held me back from doing the things I love. For example, I go swimming with them, and when I do, I feel like I'm a fish in the water. Literally, I can't describe how much in heaven I feel when I go swimming. I cannot feel how much in heaven I feel when I pursue all my other passions. I also want to let you know that Stickler syndrome has not only caused me to wear these lenses, but, let's just say I've also been bullied because of it. In primary school, I had this event which happened. Some boys from my year decided to make fun of me because of my eyesight. And in Emma's previous speech, she noted that bullying can lead to some very severe consequences. However, the consequences weren't that deep for me, and I quickly noticed that the consequences that actually hit me was pretty much feeling unhappy and, well, feeling like maybe I wanted to go cry about it, honestly. But here's the real story. Basically, I was just minding my own business at break time when all of a sudden these boys started laughing at me and calling me Dylan Ketchup. And I know I felt like, honestly, devastated when they made fun of my last name like that. I mean, of course, yes, they also continuously asked me, look at those, well, continuously boasted and said, look at those thick lenses. Oh, these thick lenses, don't they make you... Why do you have such thick lenses, Dylan? Well, the real reason is that I need them. And honestly, sometimes I even try to defend myself when, well, they tried to actually physically abuse me. It didn't go all that well though, and I was beaten up. And yes, I have been beaten up on some occasions, and I feel like being beaten up is probably the worst thing that bullying can lead to. And I never wished for that to happen. However, I quickly got teachers involved and it was pretty much all sorted after which. However, the mean comments they made about my eyesight and glasses were simply devastating. And I can totally relate right now to Emma because of how I felt. And even today, don't get me wrong, people have even made comments about my glasses. Well, not in this school, which is great, but let's say, well, yes, maybe in this school, but like, not many people. But let's just say that even when they make comments today, I still feel very devastated, and I feel like I want to cry. But really, from many people's sayings, boys don't cry. So I had to stay strong about it. But seriously, no, I don't feel that it's right to be bullied for who you are. So I want you to all to know today that don't ever let anyone bully you for who you are. Because we are all unique in our own separate ways. And because of that, we all need to be happy for who we are. We can't be sad about our conditions or diseases or anything, to be honest. We can't be sad about our appearance. We can't be sad about our personalities. We can't be sad about anything. We have to stay strong and feel unique. Because feeling unique is good for you. And now, I have never felt bad about being born this way. I feel strong. I feel unique. And I want to defy all odds that I could possibly imagine of defying. However, I want you to all know that sticker syndrome has not just caused me to be bullied at school, but also caused a very serious story that dates back from 9 years ago now. When I was in, let's say, before first grade, I had a severe retina detachment in my left eye, which caused the retina, which caused the eye to go temporarily blind. I also felt a very severe pain in that eye. I couldn't take my mind off it. I had to tell my mum about this, and then, well, in little to no time, I was rushed to an eye hospital. And the good news was, in the end, this was all cured by some doctors in one of the most prestigious eye hospitals in the UK had performed an absolute miracle on my eye, and I feel so grateful. However, since then, this story has always been a memory for me, and I will remember it for many, many years to come. But I won't take it as a bad story anymore. I will take this as, let's say, kind of a memory of childhood. Now, even if you have this, let's say, condition or disease, like does something, like you feel a sudden pain out of nowhere, please let someone know immediately. Because if you don't talk to anyone, it could eventually take control of you. And if a condition takes control of you, then well, that's not good, because you'll be haywire and all over the place. And I'm sure there are people out there that want to help you. So if you ever feel that you're in pain, or people have been bullying you about your condition or disease, please let someone know, as they want to help you. Well, please tell your siblings, tell an adult you trust, that may be your parents, your uncles, or your favorite teacher, well, your aunts and uncles, or your favorite teacher, let's say. They're more than happy to help you. Now, I want to move on now to my last point. And this is why you should never let a condition or disease block you from doing what you want to do in life. For example, I recently performed in a play at the VIS performance program. If you remember, it was called What the Wolf Said. And I played a lot of characters in that play. Many people even said I stole the show because of how amazing I acted. I feel like that Stickler syndrome has never held me back from doing the things I love. I know I've already said that, but still, it's a very important point. And for example, I like baking, I like playing games, and I like posting videos onto YouTube, because I started a YouTube channel over like 1.5 years ago, and I've already reached around 150 subscribers. Yes, I know that's not much, but like, I guess that's alright. But still, I feel like I've followed my passions up until this day, and I feel like Stickler syndrome has never held me back, or is not ever going to hold me back. I also really love baking and cooking, because sometimes I even decide to go to the kitchen to help my parents. I cut vegetables, I maybe cut vegetables and all of that, but in my spare time, I consider my own recipes. What do I want to bake? Or what do I want to cook? But honestly, all those ideas always roam through my mind, and sometimes I can't even decide. But moving on now, sometimes I've actually gotten the feeling that I want to give in. But with the motivation that I've had from family members, from everyone around me, it's been very happy to find a source of motivation. And I feel like a lot of my close friends, family, have all motivated me to do all the things I love to do today. And so, I will never ever give up again, and I don't want any of you to give up on your passion. Maybe one of you maybe have a mental condition, well, like a physical condition or any of that, but I'm not going to go into too much detail. Maybe one of you have one, or maybe you feel like that has taken control of you. But no, the message I want to express today is that don't ever let anything take control of you. You must take control of yourself like it's nothing. Like this is no exception to any drawbacks you've ever had. And that you want to take control of this predicament. You need to take charge of this. You can't just let it take over. And now, lastly, I want to mention that if you share your thoughts and ideas and continue to follow your passion, you will still live the happiest life ever, even if you have maybe a condition or something. You will still live a very memorable and happy life, and you won't ever have to think about your difficulties ever again. So mark my words, everyone, and you will go to a whole new world of awe and happiness. Thank you.